Hey guys, this is Jessie Lane Powell. I hope this finds you really, 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 really well, okay? If not, when I finish this, it is my prayer that you have, that you're more grounded, that you're more aligned, and that you're more centered in this day. Because we have to take one day at a time, right? Not jump ahead, but just take one day at a time. And you know what? I was thinking this morning, I prayed over my husband before he went to work, and he's been dealing with some really stressful issues at work. He's a computer programmer, and they've set up this program. I don't know all the details of it, and there's a couple of things missing that he had created, and he's trying to find a way to implement them. And not only him, but his whole team is going through some major changes with this thing because it's affecting paychecks, right? It's affecting people getting paid. So of course, my husband loves what he does, and he takes it to heart, and he wants to be the best he can be. But he's internalizing this so much that it's not healthy. You know, when we take our day-to-day events in our lives and we don't address them in a certain way for our own well-being, for our own health, regardless of what's required by you for a company, or regardless of what's required by you for a family member, or your dreams, your goals, things not adding up or unfolding as you would like them to, we can internalize those things. And what that causes is dis-ease. D-I-ease. That means that you are not at ease. Ooh, okay. All right, I see where you're going with this. You're not at ease, right? Something's off on the inside of you, which in turn can create disease. Okay, I am not a doctor, right? I am totally flowing, just flowing with message, flowing with spirit, okay? So hear me. When I asked my husband if I could pray for him this morning, right? And he immediately said yes. Usually he's like psh, out the door when he has to go into the office, which is a rarity. But it's needed now because of what's confronting them that they have to get taken care of with this program. And I prayed. I began praying for him to release and let it go and just hand it over to someone greater that knows the beginning from the ends, that knows exactly what they need to do and how they need to do it. And if the answer still has not come, there is a reason for that. But you cannot take the pressures of this world on. Because guess what? You will crumble and you will be crushed under the weight. Point blank. Point blank. So, as I was ending the prayer, what was given to me and what I'm using for the whole month, this whole month, because I internalize so much, and it affects my joy, it affects my happiness, it affects my sleep, it affects my communication and interaction with others, it affects the whole of who I am, right? So, as I was praying and near the end of the prayer, and he was laying here on my chest, I was laying in bed and he was laying on my chest. And he was doing his best to just surrender it all, which is difficult for us to do. What was given to me so quietly: ease, peace, and flow. Ease, peace, and flow. Say that with me. Ease, peace, and flow. That means you're just totally letting it go. All right. Ease, peace, and flow. And I looked up the definition of this because I wanted to know exactly the meaning of the words. And I think that's really important. Ease is no effort. You're moving carefully. No effort. That means that you've done what you can do. Now you just have to release it. You just have to release it. Right? No effort. Peace. Tranquility. Whew, do we not need that in today's world? Tranquility. Peace. Shalom. Peace. Flow. Uninterrupted movement. Steady stream. Continuous. So when you're going throughout your day, or you're faced with a problem, or you're faced with an unexpected something, I want you to remember this. And I want this to be signed across your heart. Sign your name across my heart. Ease, peace, and flow. Sign your name across my heart. Ease, peace, and flow. Come on. Sign your name across my heart. Ease, peace, and flow. Sign your name across my heart. Ease, peace, flow. When I say that, and when I said that, I felt such a presence. I felt a presence with me on the inside of me, and it calmed my fears, calmed my doubts. It just was calming. So ease, peace, and flow. Make that your mantra for your day. Set it immediately as your intention, as your intent. What is my intent for today? What is my intent for today? Ease, peace, and flow. Ease, peace, and flow. Ease, peace, and flow. Okay? And what's going to happen is that when you're confronted with different things, if you say this enough as your mantra, you're just going to lock into gear into that. So regardless of what's going on, regardless of what anybody's saying, regardless of how somebody makes you feel, or you could feel in a certain situation, or because of someone said something, or they cut you off in the morning, or right? Ease, peace, and flow. What is ease? Tell me. Ease. No effort. Peace. Tranquility. Whew. Gotta have that. Flow. Uninterrupted movement. A continuous stream. You got this. You got this. Ease, peace, and flow. Ease, peace, and flow. Yeah. Ease, peace, and flow. I might have to make that a song. Remember, there's love, kindness here for you. You're in a safe space.